Good morning, bird brains. If you're a fan of the channel, you know exactly what this road is, and you know what that means. It means it's time for a review. Today we're going to be doing the first impressions review of the quote-unquote stage 1 upgrade we just recently did on the Dyna, which consists of the K&N high flow air cleaner, the Two Brothers Racing 2-in-1 exhaust, as well as the Vance & Hines fuel pack. So to be completely transparent, this isn't my first ride with these. We did do a toy run last weekend where I really got to kind of see how the bike performs after all the upgrades. But this is going to be the first time where we're out on the notorious Cielo Vista, really putting it to the test. We're going to take this first run a little bit slow. It is a little bit cooler, so we want to make sure our tires are nice and warm. And I'm going to take this time to just kind of talk through the install and my true first impressions that I got last weekend. So as with most stage 1 upgrades, the install was fairly simple if you're familiar with bikes. The total install took us about 4.5 hours, but that does include film time and time for eating. I would estimate with no breaks and no filming, we probably could have gotten it knocked out in probably 2 to 2.5 hours. I would suggest having a buddy or a friend help with the exhaust, because there are some times where you need to hold one piece while you're installing another or something like that. The intake was a little bit different than I'm used to. The K&N, it doesn't have any normal gaskets like most air cleaners. The gasket is actually built into the actual air cleaner itself. It's just a big rubber. They had a name for it, which I had never heard before, but basically you don't have to buy the gaskets from Harley. And then the fuel pack was stupid easy. You could install that thing in under 5 minutes. You literally pull the fuse box cover off, which requires no tools on the Dyna. Plug in the fuel pack, download the app, and then download the map that fits your mods. They didn't have one for the Two Brothers Racing exhaust, but they did have one for the Vance & Hines 2-in-1 comp series, which if you look at their dyno sheets and look at their performance claims, they're very similar, and so far it has been absolutely amazing. So speaking of amazing, this map, this tune, this whole upgrade, watch that sand, be careful of that next time. So speaking of how it performs absolutely amazing. This tune is perfect. You could definitely, it's night and day difference from stock. One thing that I was very impressed with this map is how perfect the RPM range is. Usually when you do upgrades like this, you almost have to relearn your downshifting points. But with this map, everything is exactly where I want it to be. Now, I don't know if I'm shifting off of habit or if I'm just shifting off of feel and sound, but everything, all the power, the torque band, everything is right where you'd want it to be. So the road looks pretty clean aside from that one sand spot. All right, we'll come in here, flip a bitch. Let's beat this truck out. I don't want to be stuck behind it. Woo! Kick the back wheel out a tad bit. Alright, so now that we're all nice and warmed up, we're going to take it a little bit faster this time, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through kind of what I'm feeling throughout the run. This turn right here is one that gets me. Watch out for this sand right there. thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that I'm not having to shift nearly as much as I used to. That once again goes back to that power band just being, like I said, just right where you'd want it to be. Slow way down for gravel on this one. Okay, that that run was quite different. Definitely more power. Also, that was very hard doing that because when he disconnects, my Cena just freaks the hell out. Alright, so now that we've talked about the exhaust, let's go ahead and cut to some passing sound clips. Hey guys, just want to do a quick disclaimer here. After I went through the footage, I realized I forgot to touch on it, but with the decel pop that you're about to hear in the video, this was not nearly as bad on the previous day that I had ridden it. I don't know if it had to do with the temperature change or what, but I did want to point out that the decel pop is a tune issue, not an actual issue with the exhaust itself. With that being said, here's the clips.
Gotcha.
Well, there you guys have it. There is my first impressions review of all the Stage 1 stuff. If you have any questions about any of the products, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. Also, if you're interested in purchasing any of these products, links for all three are going to be down in the description. If you liked this video or found it helpful in any way, please go ahead and hit that like button. It does do a ton for the channel. And if you haven't already, I highly suggest you hit that subscribe button. I do put out 3 videos per week, every single week. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.